Hey, hey, hey. My closet is all the way open. And I'm too lazy to go fix it. Oh my gosh, you guys. What is it? Today is what? Thursday? Happy Thursday. I cannot believe it is the end of the month already. It is the end of February already. I cannot believe it. It feels ridiculous. Hey, Sherry. What's up? What's up? It is ridiculous that it is the end of February already. Can you believe it? I literally can't believe it. Let me close my closet because I'm getting annoyed. Okay, feel better now. Now that my closet is closed. Listen, I went for a walk this morning, and I had a coaching call at 10:30, and at like 10:15, I'm like, oh my gosh, I am not going to make it back home in time. So I literally had to start running, and I can't run. So my legs are hurting. So happy for you. God did it for you. Oh my gosh. Listen, that's why I titled this live Coming From Behind, because didn't God show up? And he showed up in such a way where it didn't even make sense to me, because it's like, how do you reach out to me saying we are not going to reinstate your account? How do you reach out to me saying that we are not going to reinstate the account, only to then come back around and say we have given you a one-time exception, a one-time exception? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. God gets the glory. That's all I can say about that, because kind of crazy to me how everything worked out. But I don't even know if I'm gonna publish again. Like, which is also why I titled this Coming From Behind, because I'm trying to convince myself to not, live in fear. It's like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but like being fearful that, hey, they could terminate it again, which they said in the email. They were like, oh, make sure your account remains in good standing, blah, 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 blah. So it's kind of like, do I want to even venture into this again? You know what I mean? Because this was such a long process. And to be quite honest, it was very stressful. So it's like, do I want to deal with that again? But then the other part of it is, shouldn't live in fear. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Mixed emotions, mixed feelings towards that. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? I am. Oh, hopefully this didn't close. I was working on some Pinterest before I hopped on here, because I'm trying to figure out agreed. Agreed. That's exactly how I feel too. Because I was like, if I should get there, he'll take me there. He'll take me there if I should get there. So I'm just trusting the process, little by little. We'll see what happens. So yeah, I got up. I was like, let me get on Pinterest, because I don't know if any of you here, or if anybody watches this later, if you do Pinterest marketing. I have a couple of Pinterest accounts. I have not been very good at any of them, but I'm here doing some keyword research, because I feel like I have decent content on my YouTube, and I want to consistently put those as blog articles. And Pinterest was one of the things I used to grow my first blog. So I know that although a lot has changed, like with Pinterest and the content they allow, like so much has changed, I feel like I should tap back into Pinterest as a way to kind of automate some of the marketing, because it really is a lot to consistently be promoting or consistently be making videos or showing up on social media. So I feel like if I get back into the habit of Pinterest and I can somehow up my Pinterest viewership, then that could lead to some traffic on, it could lead to some traffic on the website. And I can kind of automate that process. So I don't know, like, can I share my screen on YouTube? Because that would be, although this is titled Coming From Behind, do have Pinterest, but I slowed down because I do not understand it. Okay, cool. So if I can share my screen on YouTube, then maybe we can go through Pinterest a little bit, because I don't have anything. I'm in such a weird space mentally. I don't even have anything to really talk about, but maybe the coming from behind, maybe the title of the video will kind of increase as we go through. Oh, wait, I have to open my system preferences or something. Okay, let's see. Right, so I guess you're seeing my screen and me, but I can only see, I wonder if I can, if I pull it down, if I can kind of minimize it so I can kind of see if anybody gives any comments. Okay, cool. All right, so Pinterest. So let me go back out of this. How do I go back out of it? Let me go back out of this so we can like start from the beginning. Okay, so this is my Shanice DK Designs Pinterest, which I'm trying to improve because right now I don't even know what's going on with it. So I've been reposting some of my TikToks on there, as well as I create a couple of pins for like content that I have. So this is a blog post that I made. Let's see, about financial freedom quotes or whatever. And this one seems to be doing well. So this one seems to be doing well-ish. And because I got 5 clicks on it from 24 views, so I'm thinking that that's doing well. This book that I republished, I also got 64 views and 5 clicks from it, so I'm thinking it's doing decent, like it's not doing great. This one is going to the same article, so I have 2 or 3 pins going to the same article. But yeah, I need to kind of improve that. So what I've been doing and how I got the idea for this article, the 10 financial freedom quotes, I got that idea by going to this menu up here and going to trends. And then once I go to trends, you can kind of filter based on what you're into. So like right now we're seeing that a lot of the things that Pinterest is pushing is not really what my content, or what I guess most people on my channel, what our content is about, because they're pushing like food and gardening, which makes sense because it's about to be spring. But you can kind of filter by your interests. So the only category that fits what I'm doing right now is finance. I guess it could kind of be in education, but education, whenever I click on education, it usually brings up things like school or teacher. So this would be great for like my Teachers Pay Teachers, which I'm not really working on right now. So that's what education brings up. But here's where you would kind of filter for whatever your audience is interested in. And this is a new approach I'm taking, because before I would start with my blog idea and then I just kind of write the blog and then come on the back end and find the keywords. But a new strategy I'm taking is to find the keywords first. So I would scroll to finance. I wish they had business, but they don't. So in finance, I can see that people are searching for money saving strategies, day trading. So that's sort of like business, but I haven't started like tapping into like trading or anything. So I don't even know. Budgeting worksheets, flexing money. I don't even know what that is. Smart money and frugal living. So definitely I could tap into smart money, whatever that is. Let's open that in a new tab. Money saving strategies. I'm already thinking that this is going to be things like savings challenges and things like that. Budgeting worksheets, we already know what that is. So I can kind of tap into some of these. So it shows you the most popular pins. Hey, what's up? God bless you. So it shows you the most popular pin, so you can kind of get an idea of what to create your pin or your blog on. So right now, the most popular one is, what is this saying? Strategies to live by or something? Let's look at it because I can't see all of it. 10 personal finance rules to live by. Okay, cool. So living below your means, building financial intimacy. Does it say anything about business? Create a budget. So if I wanted to create something like this, I could create a blog post on this, and then my pin would be start a business. You know, if I wanted to be specific to stationery, I could put like start a stationery business. We can also see the other suggestions. So 31 passive income ideas to quit your job. Like this is what I talk about on the channel. So this would be relevant to my business and the things that I could talk about. So from here is where I would get blog ideas. And then I have like a little notebook. So I've just been jotting down like things that I could use for the blog ideas. Now, of course, to make sure that it comes back up, you would have to tap into the smart money. So you would make sure to put smart money in your keyword slot, or you could also use a related one. So financial education, financial literacy, personal finance. So you would put those related keywords in there as well. So now this is the strategy that I'm using now. So I come here, I see what's trending, I make notes, and then I go on the back end and create the blog articles. So then you would go to Canva, and I don't think I have any on my computer right now, but you would go to Canva and just create once you have the title and you write your blog, you would go to Canva and create your article. Not your article. You go to your website, you write your article, you create your pins in Canva. So like for instance, this one. And then you have a couple of ways that you can save the pins. So one way is to save this to your computer as a file. And then you already have it, you just upload it. And then another way would be to create the pin. I don't even remember how to do this on the computer because I usually do it on my phone. So let's see. There should be like create new pin or something like that. I don't even remember. Somewhere here should say create pin. Maybe over here. Create, there we go. Create pin. And then on your phone, it looks pretty much the same. So you would go save from URL, and then you would put the link from your website. So this is like a simpler way to do it if you're just trying to get a bunch of pins saved and you don't have them saved on your computer, but you have it embedded in your blog post. You would just select that, you would add the pin, and then you would still type what your pin is about. So you would still say financial literary quotes, blah, 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 blah. You would put it in your category, and then you would hit publish. So that's Shanice DK Designs Pinterest. I'm going to show you my other Pinterest, which is awful. And then if you have any questions, you can let me know so that I can kind of answer. Let me log into the other Pinterest. But that's what I've been doing today, is finding keywords that match my business so that I can start creating some blog articles, because listen, I'm trying to tap into some passive streams a little bit more right now because I feel like a lot of this stuff is active. Oh wait, I was already logged in. But if anybody pops in, I know it says coming from behind, but for some reason I'm talking about Pinterest because that's kind of what I'm working on right now in terms of marketing. But I guess, I think I titled this live coming from behind because I feel like that's what I need to do, is I need to come from behind. And it could be that, coming up with a new marketing strategy is the way to get there. So are you self-taught? Wait, hold up. I didn't see that. Are you self-taught or with all you share or enroll? Yeah, I'm self-taught with everything that I share. Perhaps I should enroll in a course or something, but I am pretty much self-taught. I did go get my MBA, but my MBA didn't really teach me a lot about like social media or any like blogging or any of that type of stuff. It was mostly just like, managing the business. Actually, I did the MBA after I had started my business. So if I'm being quite honest, I didn't really learn a whole bunch. It was more just kind of reinforcing what I kind of already knew. But I'm going to show y'all my other Pinterest account if I can pull it up. Okay, here we go. So this is my other Pinterest, which was the first one that I started. I'm trying to make this so I can see it properly. All right, let's go home. So I don't know what I'm doing with this blog right now. When I first started, and my monthly views has dropped significantly on this one, but and it's because I'm not sure what to do with it. So my blog was called faithandturtles.com. Very silly name. Came up with it when I was in college. Don't know what I'm doing with it. I have lots of articles on there, mostly about just locks. Like the last time I posted on this was December 2023. Should I cut my locks or not? So it's, and after that, and before December 2023, I feel like my last article was like a long time ago. So before December, it was November 2021. So 2 years had gone by and I was like, I need to revive this blog, like put newer content on there so Google doesn't think that I'm not using this. Oh, wait, it's not showing you the blog. Anyways, I don't know, it's not the blog, but that's my blog, which wasn't showing. So as we can see, this blog does a lot, this Pinterest does a lot better than the other one. Motivation for me because after following your YouTube video, I produced a financial literacy book and I had to teach myself a lot about Google. Then came out, oh, that's awesome. Yeah. You just got to keep learning and, improving as you go through. That's so nice. Congrats on publishing that. And I was just talking about financial literacy. So you could tap into some of that on Pinterest because it seems to be a big thing on Pinterest right now. So this one does a lot better. And it's because, like people go to Pinterest to like learn new strategies and things like that. So this is talking about like how to make a flaxseed gel. So it gets, decent clicks and viewership. What else? So like most of these pins do decent, especially the ones I'm talking about here. This is when I was selling some of my books on KDP. So I would like have it linking to the book on KDP, which this is dead now because those links are dead. Amazon. See, that's why I'm so like pressed about it because I put in so much work. Imagine you set up your account, you're linking from whether it's your blog or it's from your like your Pinterest, and all of your links are now like dead. You click to this and it's still dead. Like I'm hoping that some of them take people to Etsy. Like I know this one for sure takes you to Etsy. Baby, it's the last. Hopefully I don't get mute this video because that played. So some of the links take to Etsy, but most of them take people to Amazon. So it was a little frustrating that those links had stopped working. This one did decent. This link I think takes to my website. So this Pinterest is definitely easier to, like revive because I already have pins that are doing well. Like this one is doing well, 115 clicks. This one did well, 122 clicks. So it's definitely easier to target like hair care or hair, like hair growth because people are searching for that. Like if you start your blog journey, you're searching for things like that. So it's really good when you're targeting something that people are already searching for because it's a lot easier for you to grow. On this one, I also have a bunch of groups. So I have 1.4K followers on this account. And the reason I have so many followers is because a lot of people come to me to join my groups. And I started these groups like as soon as I had started the Pinterest. So like this one, Natural Hair Plus Locks group board. So a lot of people just post their pins in there. Like none of these pins are mine. These are all just people who are in the board. So if you talk about hair, you have hair content, if you send me a request on Pinterest to get added to the group board, I'm more than happy to add you to the group boards. And group boards is a great way of growing your Pinterest account. So I always encourage people to like tap into group boards, try to find them, sign up for them. Like I have a bunch of group boards, like all of these are group boards. So post your blog, natural hair. There's another one for like, best of bloggers, lifestyle content. Like I have a whole bunch of group boards. I remember I sat down a day and I just like looked for like 10 group boards. I'm just like, I need to get into some of these boards. So I have lots of group boards. If anybody's interested in getting into group boards on Pinterest, yeah, I'm on Instagram. Shanice DK Designs for this current account. This other account is on Instagram too, but I don't use it. So yeah, my goal is to revive this. I also have this faithful living. So if your content is mental health or wellness, then this is a great board to be in. So boundaries, what else are they talking about in here? Pets, being busy. So if you have, depending on the type of content you have, I do have this wellness. So if you have diet, physical wellness, mental, or somebody created this for emotional support animal, I don't even know, but I guess it's wellness. So if you want to join my wellness group board, just let me know. How do you manage YouTube, IG, and TikTok? Listen, I repost content a lot. So if I create something for, if I create content for YouTube or anything like that, I would typically just try to repost as much as possible. So I usually start off on TikTok if I'm making a short form video. And then once I create it, I just kind of post the same video on YouTube. With YouTube, I do a lot of scheduling. So I would have the videos from TikTok and then I would just kind of schedule it out on YouTube. And Instagram is always on a back burner for me. It's never like the front of my mind to, oh, I'm going to make this for Instagram. My first thought is always TikTok or YouTube. And that's because those are my two like most profitable platforms. Like TikTok is really profitable for my stationery brand. So my sticky notes, like people love my sticky notes on TikTok. Like right now, they're not so into me talking because it's new, because most of my content on my TikTok page has always been product focused. They've always been faceless. So it's kind of like an adjustment period for it to be like me talking right now on TikTok. So need to work on that strategy. But then for YouTube, it's like how I get leads for my coaching. YouTube is how I get leads for like people needing assistance with something that they want me to help them with, like coming up with strategy for ads or something. So YouTube is where I'm getting my leads for like my coaching and consulting business. And then TikTok previously was to sell my sticky notes. So I would say figure out what you want to do on the platforms first and then kind of just tap into that. So if you want to sell your products, then TikTok is great for that because people are there and they're willing to purchase. And then YouTube is more of building relationships. So you build a relationship first and then people kind of see you consistently, then they get into what you have off of YouTube. So I would say once you have that figured out, the content kind of comes easily. But it's been great talking, and maybe I'm going to change this to Pinterest. How to find trends on Pinterest or something, because that's what I spend most of the time doing. Or I don't even know, just reflecting on business and what I've been doing. I don't know. I've been in a weird place. I don't know why Amazon reinstated my account. It makes me feel so weird now because it's just like, I don't know. I guess it's like you ask for something, which is what I also said in the video. It's like you ask for something and you're actually not sure if that's what you want, because I feel so weird. It's like it's a good thing, definitely, that it's been reinstated, but it also, I don't know. It's weird. Like I'm happy that it's reinstated, but I'm also like annoyed and I'm also kind of like sad. But the good thing is that they paid me. So I woke up, I think this morning, and I saw that they had paid. They were like, "Oh, you have been issued some type of what money." I'm just like, "Okay, great." So you just held on to my money for 10 months. So I guess that's good news for anybody whose account may have been terminated. If you do get your account back, sometimes it seems like they also decide to give you the money that they held on to. So that's good news. But apart from that, it's I don't know. It's a non-factor, I guess, for now until I figure out what I'm going to actually do with the account to make the most of it. I was thinking to go ahead and republish. The only thing that I feel like God put it on my heart to republish was the journal that did well. And I did notice, because I went in and I was kind of clicking around, I did notice that they made some updates to the category system. So now journal writing and self-help is a category that you can choose, versus when I was publishing, it wasn't a category. So now if I go to self-help, I can click journal writing and self-help as a category for the book. So that kind of makes things feel a little bit lighter in terms of like they've made changes to the categories. So it's not so confusing to choose a category to put your low content books in as much. But yeah, still kind of weird. But I think it's good that they made that update. So that's just one thing I noticed as I was clicking through, because that's the only thing that came on my heart to say, okay, maybe you should republish this one. So yeah. And then I was also going through my keywords in that book because I wasn't sure like which keywords had caused it to start selling, because that wasn't something that I had looked on. And then I went back to the keywords, and one of my keywords was New Year, New Me Journal. And I was like, no wonder it started selling around January, because I had completely forgotten that I had put that keyword in there. So it makes sense because that book was published like in November of 2021. So January of 2022 would have just been too short of a time for those keywords to effectively start working, which is something we talked about in my last video where I was saying like it takes time for your keywords to actually start working. So it makes sense that the keywords didn't work January of 2022 because it had only been published for like 2 months. But then January of 2023, those keywords actually started working because it made sense, because my keywords were focused on New Year, New Me, being better. It wasn't like just general, any time of the year you purchase this book or it's going to pop up. It was, most of my keywords were really focused on improving yourself at the start of the year. So that was kind of interesting to look at. And then I'm like, this January probably would have done great had they not terminated. Like, that's what I was thinking about. I was just like, it probably would have been doing great this January. But I guess that's also just, again, to share and to say that if you feel like your keywords need to be changed or updated, it's always a good idea to go back to those books and look at the keywords that you have and see what changes you can make to those keywords, because you don't want to be missing opportunities throughout the year because you don't have good keywords. I've been using BookBolt. It works for me. But I know people say that like other services work better, but I've been using BookBolt because it's in my membership and I can just kind of use it. But I think a lot of people use like Helium 10 or what's that other one? Helium 10, and there's another one that I think you only pay yearly from the Kindlepreneur guy. I don't know how to pronounce it. The Kindlepreneur guy has one. What is it called? Publisher Rocket. So a lot of people use like Helium 10 or Publisher Rocket, but I've been using BookBolt. And I have a video on that. I don't know if you've seen it. I'll drop it in the chat for you if I can find it on YouTube. But it's a video that shows you my BookBolt strategy for keywords. But maybe I could do a live. Let me know if you think that would be helpful. Like when I go live on Tuesday, let me know if you think it'll be helpful if I did like a KDP keywords. That way we can you can ask me your questions and I can just show you my strategy. If I can find that video. I don't know. What's that video called again? Something about book bolt. But yeah, I like book bolt because it's really simple to use. But I can understand if it's not like the best tool like for keywords. Like I've heard people say that, and I can see where they may be coming from because there's just so much you can do in book bolt where you have other platforms that's not like doesn't offer as much as book bolt offers. So it's definitely a lot it's more geared towards keywords and things like that. Like I think Helium 10 is mostly geared towards like keywords. Um, Let me not misquote that. But I feel like those things are more geared towards keywords, whereas Book Bolt seems to be more geared towards like creating your book, and then the keyword is just there because you need that to, you know, you need that to create your book. But I think, yeah, so Helium 10 says Helium 10 provides you with the ability to make data driven decisions with keyword search volumes, trending niches, listing optimization. So, Helium 10 is specifically for keywords, and Publisher Rocket is probably the same thing. Let's see. Publisher Rocket, boost your book sales and rank higher, optimize keyword. So those are two platforms that are like specifically for keywords. So it makes sense that they are a little bit better than Book Bolt. How much does Publisher Rocket cost? I've never looked into this until now, by the way. But definitely if I start publishing again and I do use another tool, I'll for sure update you guys on my channel for sure. If I use another tool, let's see. So Publisher Rocket is $97 one-time payment, which isn't bad. That's not bad at all. And Helium 10, I know Helium 10 is great for like Amazon FBA, which is something that I think I'm going to tap into probably before I start publishing on KDP again. I'm just trying to find the right products to sell because I don't know what I actually want to sell. So I've been trying to figure out a good product to sell on FBA, which I've sold on FBA before. I used to sell soaps, like handmade soaps. And then I realized that it was just too low of a profit margin, which is kind of what I'm trying to move away from right now because I've been selling a lot of products that have really low profit margin. And when I say low profit margin, I don't mean like, when I say low profit margin, the profit margin isn't necessarily low, but the cost of the product is low. For instance, my sticky notes. I make about a 50% profit on the sticky notes, which is great, right? 50% profit is a lot, but I'm only selling the sticky notes for $3. So it's like, think about how much sticky notes I would need to sell in each month. So I've just been trying to think about, and what I did with the sticky notes, which is something that I'm also putting in my course, is bundling. So early on, I realized that I needed to be bundling if I wanted to get more from each order. So I started doing like sticky note 6-pack. I started doing stationery sets. So the set would include a journal, sticky note, pen. So I'm bundling a bunch of items together and I'm saying, okay, this is $30. This is $25. So that way I'm getting more from each order and not just like $3 here, $3 there, $3 there. So I've been trying to find a product to sell on FBA that is good in terms of how much I can sell it for, because they do take a lot, which was one of the other reasons why I came off of FBA. I don't know if you've ever sold on Amazon before, Fulfilled by Amazon, where you like ship in the products and then they hold it in the warehouse and then they ship out the products to the customer when they order it. Let me know if you've ever sold on that before. But yeah, the problem with that was they take a lot. Like they take a whole lot of money. And I'm just like, why do you take so much money? They take money for the warehouse, for the shit. Like they take a whole lot. I'm still trying to find the price for Helium 10. I like when I go to things. No, okay, cool. Yeah, I've been thinking about venturing into it again with like a different product, maybe a product that I source from China as opposed to something that I make from home. But I don't know. At the end of the day, it's still Amazon. Okay, so helium 10 is a lot more is way more expensive. So they have $99 per month as the lowest plan. That's a lot. 99 per month as the lowest plan is a lot. So I won't ever be trying helium 10 unless they give me a free trial. Like I don't think I'll ever pay 99 unless another thing you could do, which is something I do sometimes, is I would sign up for it and I would do as much as I can in the short amount of time that they give me the free trial for. I would do as much as I can and save the what do you call it? Save my keywords. Now I'm seeing that they have some other plan too for $30 a month. I don't know. It's so confusing. So I see they have something for $30 a month. They also have something for $80 a month. And then they have the $99 a month. So with the $30 a month, which is more reasonable, apparently it's not great because everything is like limited. 5 uses, yeah, that don't even make sense. But yeah, I don't think I'll try that. But they say it's great for FBA. So there is that. All right, well, it's been great chatting about just everything under the sun. I'm going to see you guys on Tuesday where let me make a note. So Tuesday, we're going to talk about keywords. KDP keywords. Okay. And then I need to figure out what we're going to talk about for Thursday. I need to set like what we're going to talk about before the day actually pops up. But yeah, the title of this was what again? Coming from behind. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm coming from behind, but I'm excited for whatever is next, and I'll be sure to take you guys along. I'm so tired. Like my foot is so tired because I was running and I don't run, which tells me I need to run more. I feel like that's why I'm so low energy because I was running to try to get home for the coaching call. I was just like, I don't want to be late for the coaching call. Oh my gosh. I was like running and the GPS was like, I'm 15 minutes away. And I'm just like, I need to get there before the client gets there. So I literally ran home and she was so nice. It was such a great session. I really enjoy these coaching calls. She was just so nice. And then she ended up having to leave the call early. And I'm just like, oh, look at that. Look, God knew I needed this 15 minutes. She was like, can I text you for the additional time? And I'm like, yes, you can email me. Here's my email. Like, I was just like, thank you, God. Woo. I needed those 15 minutes back because I'm just so tired. And I need to go get some water because I literally just ran home. Whew. That's me for you. So I'm going to go rest now, and I'm going to see y'all in my next video on Saturday, which I haven't filmed yet because I have no idea why I haven't filmed it yet. But on Saturday, I'm going to show you all how to create and sell personalized children's book. Because on my video before the last video, which did really well, most of the people are asking about the personalized children's book. So I think that's going to be a great topic for Saturday's video. So that's what I'm going to work on after this for Saturday is going to be personalized children's book. And I'm really excited about that. So yeah, if you see this, make sure you come back on Saturday to watch that video anyways. Bye. Bye, Sherry. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.